Good morning, everyone. I'm Leah Dixon from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia, and I am live this Wednesday with my regular Facebook Live. This week, I am opening up my July Paper Pumpkin, the Sweeter With You set. So, good morning, Kim. I have been anxiously awaiting this one. It arrived on the weekend though, and just too busy. So finally getting around to opening this up with you. I'm going to make a few alternatives, and I'm so excited for these cards in the stamp set. So I'm going to switch over to my desktop and we'll get started. Hope everybody's having a great day. It's really, really hot here. Looking forward to a nice afternoon in the shaded yard. All right, so we have the gorgeous box. I absolutely love this. I actually have already been playing with the stamp set because as kind of a perk for being a Paper Pumpkin subscriber with me, you actually get a 10-card tutorial using just the stamp set as a thank you from me. So I've already played with my stamp set and created my card, but I haven't actually opened the kit. So we get a garden green ink spot in our kit. The awesome stamp set. It's got the little bits to make strawberries, the strawberry blooms, and then a bunch of great sentiments. So that's awesome. All right, let's pull this out, put the box to the side. Ooh, and we got red paper this time instead of the normal balmy blue or pool party. So I always save my tissue. It comes in very handy at Christmas and stuff, especially the red. That's gorgeous. All right, so your Paper Pumpkin kit comes with everything you need except for a pair of scissors. The first time you get your kit, you even get a block with it. I don't get the block anymore because this is clearly not my first Paper Pumpkin kit. All right, so you do need the scissors for sure, at least to get into the packaging. Usually after that, you don't need them too much. Sometimes there's some twine or ribbon, but all right. So you get all of your adhesive. So we've got some tear and tape, some mini glue dots, and some dimensionals. We've got some amazing little envelopes here. So they've got the scalloped and plaid edging on there. So sweet. Oh, good morning, Janet. So yeah, there's our envelopes. I usually just tuck those away. I don't often, actually I'm going to keep one out just as a possibility for an alternative. Then we've got our card bases here. So we've got two of this gorgeous strawberry base. I'm going to keep one out, put the other one away. We've got some vellum bits here. Oh, and my vellums have already started to pop themselves out. I'm just going to finish that up. Oops. So I am loving that they're putting vellum in here. I am anxiously awaiting. I had heard rumors that we might be getting vellum back in the online store. I haven't seen it yet, but I am anxiously awaiting it. So in the meantime, we've got two different scallop pieces here. So I'm going to keep two out for our cards. We have another card base. This is just a really nice, pretty plaid. We have got here, oh wow, these are fun. It's really long piece. Are there two here or just one? There must be a second sheet of this that I'm not seeing. Interesting. All right, so we've got these beautiful punch outs. I'm actually not going to punch these all out. We're just going to need those as we go. So if there's two of those sheets. All right. Then I have got here fun polka dots. I absolutely love that pattern. Ooh. All right. Oh, I see. Here we go. There's our second circle and rectangle. All right. So it looks like we might have extras of those. Beautiful. And then I've got this lovely green background. It's got a little bit, I showed you guys that pretty quickly. It's got a little bit of like texture to it. Like it's not just solid green. So it's not just regular cardstock. Ooh, and then a whole bunch of flowers and some big strawberries and stuff. That's super fun. And then some more big strawberries and background strawberries. Wow, those are gorgeous. All right, so it looks like we might even have an extra big strawberry in our set. I think because we stamp on these, they usually give us extras of anything we're going to stamp on. You traced your berry baskets to make more. What a great idea, Kim. All right, so I'm going to put those all to the side. We're going to need all those bits. Here is our little paper to put with our stamp set. It's just a great way to be able to make sure that you've got all of your stamps when you go to put things away. So I always hold on to that. Let's put that over there. And then finally, we have our instructions here. So this kit makes 8 cards, 2 of each of the 4 designs. And these are just gorgeous. All right, super excited. So this might end up being a little bit of a longer video than usual. I actually hadn't anticipated. I thought for some reason we're making 4 of 2 designs. So I had a whole bunch of like alternative ideas racing around in my head. But if we're making 4 cards, I might do alternatives in a second video and kind of break it up because that's a lot for one video. But we'll see. These might go together quickly. All right, so I am always curious. I always just double check on your instructions. They always tell us what our coordinating colors are. So we've got Daffodil Delight, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger. Oh, I did not see any Timid Tiger in that. That's interesting. I'll be looking for that now. All right, so this looks to me like it's our Strawberry Slush. So of course I am not going to keep this base whole like this. I can't. So I'm going to go trim this down to 2 pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4, and then I'm going to grab myself a Strawberry Slush background to put this on. Well, we'll see. Maybe Strawberry Slush, maybe white. So I'm just going to do a quick trim of this. So 4, 5. So when I trim mine down, I always kind of trim double ends because there's a slight rounded corner to these. And actually this one I'm going to just do at 4 1/4. I might leave it larger. All right. So I trimmed one down to 4 by 5 1/4, and I kept the other one at a full 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 because I actually think I know what I want to do with that piece. So I'm going to set it off to the side. Now we've got this base. So we have some choices here around what we're going to do with it. I'm just going to grab myself here a Strawberry Slush card base. Oh my table is a disaster. Right, 4 1/4. And let's make sure this is, oh, it's not. There we go. 5 1/2. There we go. Oh. All right, so we've got that we can use as our card base, or we can pop it onto a white card base. I might actually make the card first and then see which one I like it better on. You guys can also chime in and let me know. All right, so we've got kind of 2 options there, but I guess it all depends on what we're putting on the front. So I got a little distracted there. So to make this card the way they show it in the instructions, we need that gorgeous vellum scalloped piece that I found way at the beginning. Where did it go? There we go. We need that beautiful piece. And we need, ta-da, we need this gorgeous strawberry piece. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. All right, so that gorgeous piece. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all of our strawberries are there, so we don't need any extra strawberries. We do need a bunch of the flowers, though, and our sentiment. Okay, so this is kind of cool. Our sentiment is like pre-fussy cut for us. I like that. So there's our pre-fussy cut sentiment, and then they have given us an extra of that. That's nice. I'm going to pop out that extra right now and put it to the side. Okay. Now, let's see. What else do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers. So I need to find our flower sheet. Okay, they gave us a lot of flowers. So I need 5 of them for this card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So when we're looking at our instructions, you can kind of see, so it shows us the strawberries with the vellum, the hello friend, the 5 flowers, and the little piece for our sentiment. So let's get stamping now. So we're going to stamp hello friend and love you lots. Now, I think in our set here, the hello friend's the only one that's going to fit on there, but you could do you're the best or love you lots for the smaller sentiment. Okay, so I'm going to do actually you're the best, because then I can use this like for coworkers and stuff as well, like people who I might not say love you lots to. So hello friend, and I'm going to do you're the best. I work with a fabulous team of people, and I mean I could probably say love you lots as well, but you're the best is really appropriate for the fabulous group of people I work with. All right. So we've got our garden green. I've got the full stamp set, so I can just ink up like that. If you're using the Stampin' Spot, though, I would take your spot to your words. Okay, I just find that easier. But I've got the big one here. So I'm going to ink that up. And, oops. What? I did not kind of like prime this. So as I went to stamp it, I could see the ink kind of like moving away and like blotting up on my stamp. See, it's a little bit, you guys can't see that very well. It didn't stamp super well. It's a little bit blotchy. It's a brand new stamp, never been used. So I find that just doing a few stamps with it, rubbing off whatever that coating is sometimes on them, that's a much better image. Okay, so glad I looked. All right, because you only get a few of these, so you don't want to mess them up. Now that, my friends, was very easy to line up. You can see the whole image around, so that just worked beautifully. All right, now you're the best I have used. So there we go. All right, so hello friend, you're the best. And that's all ready to go now. I'm going to keep my garden green ink out because we're going to use it again. Okay, now I love that they always tell you exactly where to put your adhesives and how to do this. So step 1 is to grab our strawberries, grab our tear and tape, and basically tear and tape all 4 of the leaves. That's going to hold this in place on our vellum. And, oh, there's not 4 leaves. What am I seeing? Oh, and the berry. There we go. Now we can peel that off and stick this onto our vellum. And then that is going to help us figure out where to put our adhesive on our vellum so that we don't see adhesive showing through when we put our vellum to our card front. So we're going to take this piece, and we want our leaves and stem all just popping off the edges. There we go. Everything's just falling off. Beautiful. All right, now with that done, we can flip this over, and now you can see we've got lots of spots where we can put more tear and tape or glue, whatever you'd like, and pop that onto our card front. Okay, oops, there we go. All right, now we're going to center this onto our little strawberry slush piece. So if you're not cutting up your cards like I am, then you're going to put this just straight onto the front of your strawberry slush card. For me, I'm going to line this up, and then we're going to decide what color base. I'm leaning towards white just because we have the red in here, but we'll see. All right. So the little dots are in lines, so that kind of helps for making sure that that goes on straight. All right, so we've got that done. That's all attached. Now we're going to put our sentiment on with dimensionals, which they gave us some, but I'm going to finish using up my little bits here. So I always use up like the full frames and everything on my dimensionals, so we're going to do that before I open up their package. So, oh, come on. Put one over there. I actually show using quite a few dimensionals. I think I'm going to do a little bit less than they showed. All right. There we go. And this goes kind of so that we can still see the lower and the second up strawberry. We don't want to cover either of them entirely. All right. So hello, friend. Beautiful. And then love you lots. They don't actually show what adhesive to use to put that on. I think what I'm going to do is maybe put a dimensional right there so that it's just popping out a bit. Let's take both sides off before I put this down. There we go. And then I'm going to put maybe just a few little glue dots, or like just actual dots of glue. Oh, this one's almost out. I think I left my good one on my other table. I'll be right back. I'm just going to do a little dot of glue on each end. You could use mini glue dots for that. And we'll put that on. It's right there at the bottom. That dimensional that I put there is helping hold it in place. Beautiful. And now we get to add in all of our little flowers. So they've used mini glue dots to do that. So we will too. Oh, actually, I've got some right here before I open a new pack. Trying really hard to use up things instead of having, like, this is perfect. I've got 5 mini glue dots here. And then I can have one sheet gone. But like so many half packs of everything all over my desk. Okay, and the last one. There we go. Woohoo! One down. All right, so you can use the Take Your Pick tool to take the backings off of these if you want. I find it personally easier just to use my finger. And we're just popping these down. Let's see, right about there. This is such a pretty card. I absolutely love these strawberries and flowers. Wow, so pretty. You're turning into a glue girl because it's the best. Once you can figure out how to not get it all over your hands, it is the best. All right. Now this one's going to pop on here, but we don't want to cover up. We don't want to cover up any of our sentiment. And now I'm actually going to sneak a little piece of dimensional underneath that flower. So I'm just cutting up an edge. I don't need a giant piece because I think my mini glue dot stuck everything down, and actually I want it all up a little bit. So there we go. All right, just like that. Beautiful. So that is just about done. Now, if you have bling and stuff at home that you want to add to this, go for it. I'd probably pop in like one there, and one there. Just a little bit of bling. Now we have to decide. Hopefully you guys have been thinking about this. So we've got our strawberry slush card base. That is very pretty. Or our white card base. I think that keeps it crisper and cleaner, and just a little less competition. Our dark color is our red, and then our lighter color is our pink. So I think, oh, it's such a tough choice. Oh my gosh. What do you guys think? I don't know. Yeah, you're right. White. The pink is pretty, but we'll save that for an alternative card. All right. So we're going to glue this down. So I am literally, if all you have is your kit stuff, then grab some mini glue dots or some tear and tape. I have my liquid glue. Love my liquid glue. We're going to put that on a white. Also saves me having to cut a white insert for the inside. And if I were to have used the strawberry slush card base, I would go dig out my old scalloped rectangles, and I would put a scalloped insert. Go grab some of your old stuff. Tomorrow's Throwback Thursday. Maybe watch for some old scallop stuff. Now I'm all excited about scallops again. All right, that is our first card, almost as intended, from this kit. Oh my gosh, I love it. So pretty. Okay, our next card uses my favorite card base. I saw this one in a sneak peek, and I couldn't wait. Love this with the pool party background and the different strawberries. So cute. So, of course, I'm going to trim this down to 4 by 5.25 on one side. I'm going to leave the other side at 5.5 by 4.25, just so that we have all the options open to us. So, just going to go pop over and cut that. So 4 by 5.25, and just trim this one to 4.25. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna grab, while I'm here, well, I must have, there we go. I'm gonna grab myself a piece of pool party for my card base for this one. You could totally just stick with white, and I think that would work just as well. But since we've got the pool party, oh, actually, looking at that, I don't know if I love the pool party. The pool party doesn't quite match up with the background. We might go white again. Well, that'll make supplies easy. Oh yeah, we're going white again. Okay, forget that. We're keeping it simple today. All right, so we've got our white background. We've got this piece. Now we need our other piece of vellum. So we had that vellum rectangle. We need our scallop circle. I feel like there was a bunch of those. So here's one of them. I'm wondering now if they gave us 3, which would mean that we would have an extra, which would be super awesome. Where did that piece go? Aha, there it is. Yes, they gave us 3 of these scallop circles, which means that we actually have an extra. They also gave us 3 of the Hello Friend, which means we've got an extra. Just going to pop these out right now since we're here. So They gave us 3 of those, which is nice. So we've got an extra for alternative cards. And they gave us 3 of these, which means we've got an extra for alternative cards. Woohoo! They gave us lots of extra pieces this time. All right, I'm loving it. Okay, so I've got that and that. And I don't know if we've got extras of these. We'll wait and see. But I'm going to pop them out right now since we're here. Okay, there we go. Put those to the side. So we've got our circle, our vellum. We need 2 flowers and a strawberry and a pink piece. Okay. So a pink piece, and we get an extra. Sweet. Okay. And then, oh, now here's the tricky part. We have to figure out which strawberry this is. Haha. Because we have a lot of strawberry options here. Okay. I'm pretty sure that strawberry looks really long. It's one of these 2. So we've got that strawberry, and that is going to get used over there. Okay, so we've got a strawberry, pink, circle, vellum. Oh, 2 flowers. Okay. 1, 2. There we go. Okay, so now our stamping is our thank you and you're the best. Beautiful. All right. So I've already got my you're the best ready because I used it on my last card. And then I need my thank you for our felt circle. Now, it looks like when we stamp this thank you, we want it right in the middle of our circle. So, or as best as we can. So I'm going to take my thank you, stamp that. Love it. And then you're the best. Beautiful. Okay. So that is our stamping for this one. And that is actually all the stamping for this one. Okay, this one's going to go together fast. Wowza. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to attach all of our stuff to it so that we can then see how to attach this to our card front without seeing any adhesive. So they're asking for tear and tape again. And, oh no, we're doing tear and tape. We're going to put tear and tape on the back afterwards. Right now we're using dimensionals. Okay, got it. So dimensionals 1, dimensionals 2, and now I dig into their pack. Dimensionals 3. So we're putting 3 on the back of this. We're lining up our strawberry just like that, and we're going to do my favorite thing, which is the dimensional tape to hold it in place. And there we go. Actually, I'm going to do one more up at the top. Just seems to need a little bit of extra. And then we're going to do just mini glue dots or whatever you'd like to put you're the best across our strawberry. Now, when I do this, I'm making sure that it's horizontal with our thank you. So I'm just going to do a little bead of glue here. You could totally use mini glue dots for that as well. So thank you. You're the best. Just like that. Pretty sure that's straight. Nope. Okay, thank you. You're the best. All right. Okay. Beautiful. All right, and then we're doing mini glue dots on our flowers again. All right, now I used up all my other ones, so now time to dig into theirs. Okay, so I do like the Take Your Pick tool for this. If you don't have a Take Your Pick tool and you just got your first paper pumpkin, you don't have all the tools yet, a toothpick works. It's not as nice to hold on to and not as easy to find on your desk when you need it, but it definitely works. All right, so thank you, you're the best. We're going to attach that with our dimensionals to our vellum. Now I'm going to take my little flowers and pop these on. So just like that. And this one is going up in this corner, just like that. All right, and now we flip the whole thing over. We're going to put our tear and tape where it's going to be completely hidden here, which is right behind all of these things we added. There we go. Beautiful. And then this gets centered on our card front. I love it. And now I'm going to glue this to our basic white base. Oops, there we go. These are beautiful. Okay, making me want to make a trip out to Crowsberry Farms, although I think their strawberries might be done. I know at home ours are done. We've moved into raspberries. All right, that is gorgeous. So that is our second card completed. These are so fun and easy to make. And yeah, I hope you got this kit. All right, third card is our green base. Now, there we go. So we need our green base. We need, okay, we won't have extras of those blue ones because they want us to use 2 for each card and they only gave us 4. So we don't have extras of that. That's fine. And then we need a big pink strawberry. So cute. Which means we'll have 1 extra, assuming we don't mess up. Assuming we don't mess up stamping it. And then, so many strawberries here. We need a big strawberry and a little strawberry. Okay, which means we need a big and a little to make the second one. All right. All right. Where did that go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, wow. They gave us lots of strawberries. I think we're going to have extras. All right. So we're going to stamp thank you onto our big strawberry. And we're also going to stamp some flowers onto our green background here. So now I am, even though it's quite plain, it's not that plain. It's the Next Paper Pumpkin, the one we get the extra stamp set with. You know what? I believe it is the Farmhouse Florals, I think, has the 2 stamp sets. I would have to double check that. All right, I'm going to just trim this one up to, again, 4 by 5 1/4. 5 1/4. And I am going to put this one on, well, actually, I shouldn't say I'm going to put it on a green background. I'm going to see what it'll look like on a garden green background. But the way things are going, it's going to end up on a white one. But let's get this garden green just in case. Okay, so we've got a garden green background. There's our bigger piece for later. So we can put garden green on garden green, or we can put garden green on white. And of course, I think I'm going to go on white again. To Today is the white background card day. I just feel it. All right, so we want to stamp some flowers on here and our thank you on here. So I need to grab those little flowers. There's 2 sizes. We're going to use both of them. Now I am using small blocks to put my flowers on, but if you are a first-time paper pumpkin user, don't have a ton of stuff, when you get your block, my best tip to you is to put it in a corner. So then when you're inking it up, it's a small space. We aren't going to get ink all over. And then it's also easier to place it when it's just up in the corner as opposed to like the middle of a big block. All right, so there we go. So we're going to stamp kind of all over the place here. So one there, one there, one there, one there. So that's with our big one. And then we're going to come through and stamp a small one beside it. There we go. So kind of have our little flowers all over the place, and then our big thank you on our strawberry. There we go. I love that. All right, so next thing that we're going to do is, they say to use tear and tape to put down your 2 blue pieces. If that's the only adhesive you have, go for it. I have other adhesive, so I am actually going to do that slightly differently. I'm going to put liquid glue on mine. Now, before I put these down permanently, I'm just going to come in here and see. So I'd like my flowers showing and my flowers showing. Okay, so I'm going to go in like that. And then this one is going to go in like that. Okay. Now with that done, we can start attaching our berries. So our big berry gets 2 dimensionals. And it's going to go down first because I want it like pretty much centered on our blue panels. And there we go. And then, that's why they gave us so many strawberries. I actually need 2 big strawberries and 2 little strawberries for each one of these. So there's another one, there's another one, and are those all the same? They are. All right, there we go. There's more. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I need 2 of each. And then, okay, it looks like we're going to take these 2 with dimensionals for down here. And these are going to go on one, just like that. And this one, nope, this one I don't need. You know what? I'm going to leave that. I'm going to, this one, we want the dimensional under it, but we want it over to the side. So what I'm going to do is actually come in here and tuck my dimensional onto my card front. Pop that up on it. Pop that on there. There we go. And then up here, they've got us using dimensionals as well. Okay. So looks like we're going to tuck this guy under. There we go. And then this guy tucks under, just like that. All right. So we've got 4 strawberries going on here, and then we're going to add 3 white flowers onto here. So 3 more flowers. with our mini glue dots. Oh, and I got an extra strawberry somehow. All right. 2, 3. There we go. And, oh, come on. There. Pull that one off. So that flower is going to go right there. Right there. And one up in our top corner. Right there. All right, so now with that all decorated, we're just going to add that to our white card base, or you could do it on a garden green if you wanted. Oh, hi, Kathy. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining. These are adorable cards. This paper pumpkin kit is so sweet. Absolutely love it. So now looking at these cards, if you're the type of person who likes to add some bling to your cards, I'm thinking that the bling I would be going for would be the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems, just because there's some strawberry slush in there, but then you also have like the clear with gold, and like on here the clear with gold or the pretty in pink would just be a perfect little accent. So that's something that you can do to add that little bit of sparkle if you wanted to these cards. All right, that is card number 3. So sweet. And now, believe it or not, there is still a 4th card. I can't even get over how much there is in this kit. I love it. And so this is that beautiful plaid that we've got. I guess this is the Timid Tiger. They've just kind of washed it out. And so for this one, we need one of those long pieces, our little strawberry basket. Okay, and now this is where we use a ton of strawberries. Okay, so we need the lighter colored strawberry. We need 3 other strawberries. Oh my, okay. 1, 2, okay, I see. So that's an extra 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so those are all extras. That one. Oh, wow. So we are going to have extra strawberries to play with. Yay. Okay. And now we also need 2 flowers. So 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So they didn't give us any extra flowers in this kit, though. That's interesting. Okay. That's fine, though. All right, because in our little extra kit, not extra kit, on the add-on kit, we actually have some ability to make some little flowers, so that's okay. All right, let's see, get myself organized. So now we need the Life is Sweeter with You stamp. We haven't used that one yet. Life is Sweeter with You. And the other stamp that we haven't used from this kit, but it's great for alternatives, is there's actually a strawberry and greenery stamp. So you can recreate these strawberries using the stamp. So that's really awesome. All right. Life is Sweeter with You. Oh, now I have not used this one yet, so let's do that, like stamp and rub, kind of prime it so that we get a nice image. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so Life is Sweeter with You, and we want to do that all the way over on the right-hand side. Gorgeous. All right, so that is the only stamping on this card. All right, then. That works. So I am going to trim this down. So again, I'm going to do it 4 by 5 1/4. And go. So there is our 4 by 5 1/4. And how do I store the little stamps? Or do I keep them in the box? Oh, I don't keep them in the box. I actually use my boxes for my Christmas craft fairs, and I sell card sets in them. So always my boxes get reused. Those go right away. And then what I do is I either save like a bag from a die, or I just get like slightly larger cello things. And so if this is an older paper pumpkin, I just saved the instructions from the paper pumpkin, the stamp set, and then like any extra pieces that I had, and I save it like that. Now that we do the 3 that go with, so like this next set of 3 goes with the Circle of Seasons dies, I actually use these bags and I put all 3 stamp sets with the paper pumpkin instructions and then the coordinating dies, and I keep them all together in one bag so that I always have the dies that match the stamp sets. So that's how I do those now. I don't keep them right here beside my desk, so I don't have one to show you. But that's how I keep them. That way it's easy for me to find. And yeah. All right, so first thing is we're going to glue this sentiment to our plaid. So they do recommend using the tear and tape. I'm not going to because I have liquid glue. And we're doing this centered. Okay, there we go. So centered. Next thing is we're going to put down our basket of strawberries. I'll not put it down, sorry. We're going to put a piece of tear and tape on here now. For this one, I am going to use tear and tape because, oh, just ran out on that roll. All right, so now I will open up my little roll from them. All right. So they have suggested putting a little strip of tear and tape right here across your basket. And then what we're actually going to do is put the strawberries into the basket, and they're going to stick like on that strip of tear and tape that you just put in. So now they actually are wasting when they want a strawberry to go at the bottom so that you have like a little bit of red showing out through those little holes. That seems ridiculous to me. I'm not doing that. So I'm going to pop my strawberry in. Okay, so it's just stuck to that strip of tear and tape that I put in there. So I've just stuck one strawberry in. And now I'm going to grab another strawberry. And the key here is you just want to make sure it stays inside your basket, right? There we go. So there's our 3 little strawberries. And then, yeah, like I said, they put another strawberry down there so that you can see the little tiny bit of strawberry poking out the bottom. I don't care about that. All right, now that we've got those put together and we've got ourselves a bonus strawberry, we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this and pop it onto our card front. There we go. So I've got my 3 little strawberries in my basket. I'm going to put them here beside my sentiment. There we go. And then we're going to add our flowers. Oh, I see. And then they do have one more strawberry going on the front. Okay, perfect. Good. All right. So then this little guy is going to go right here, probably with just a mini glue dot, and then these guys with mini glue dots. So when I do the mini glue dot for my strawberry, I'm going to put it up in the top corner because that's for sure going to be on top of my basket. All right, and I'm going to put down my strawberry first. So my strawberry is right here. It's on my basket. Don't cover your sentiment. And then let's actually tuck dimensional under it. There we go. And then our little flowers. And one up here. There. All right, and then that is just about finished. Now, because I cut up my card base, I need to get this onto something else. I'm leaning towards white, but let's just find that strawberry slush that I had before and see. Oh, no. Nope, nope. All right, white it is. So all of my cards have gone onto white card bases, thick white card bases. Oh yeah, that's lovely with the white. Beautiful. Okay, so there we go. We'll glue that one down. And now we have a ton of pieces to do some alternatives. So this has been running a while. I think I normally would do multiple alternatives. Yeah, white for the win. I know. Always. I don't know why. I always default to it. So that's our fourth card here. So these are the, well, technically 8, because when I do my alternatives, I also make sure that I keep all the pieces I'm going to need to make all of the cards almost as they said to make them. And then I only use the pieces that are truly, truly extra after you've made everything that you can make. So I'm not going to do a ton of alternatives right here live, but I might come back on tomorrow and do a second round. But I always do love to give you guys at least one alternative card. So I'm going to create one for you that I've kind of had running in my head. I've been watching people using their scraps, and I just really, really want to be able to do that with this card kit. So what I think we're going to do, that is probably wide enough. Let's just double check that it's going to be wide enough, because I didn't really know the orientation of, oh, so it won't be quite wide enough. All right, so we won't be able to do what I was hoping to do. Okay, then we'll do something different. All right, so we have, I'll just show you what we have left over. We have these 3 card bases. We have one of these awesome things. We've got one Hello Friend, one circle, one strawberry, and 2 little pieces here, as well as we have our stamp set with our strawberry stamp. I believe, but I'd have to double check, so I'm not going to use them, that we have extra strawberries. But I'll have to make the second set just to be sure and be confident in using those up. So this is kind of what we have left over. Oh, the alternatives are your favorite. Oh, thank you, Kim. So what I will do is I'll either do a post or a second video, but right now, let's see. I would like to, I think, use this piece. Oh, and we had our gorgeous envelope too. Oh, yay. So many options here. All right. I think we're going to save that for later. So many things to decide. I think we're going to use this big strawberry and not those 2. Yeah, so that's what we're going to use. We're going to use these pieces. And I'm actually going to start cutting these up to use them. So I have left all of these at the full 5.5, and I'm so glad I did, because we're now going to be able to trim these up. So if I cut this at 2.5, that will leave me with 1.5. So I'm going to cut this piece at 2.5. So that's going to give me a 2.5, and I believe a 1.5. Yeah, and a 1.5, 2.5 and 1.5. I'm going to use this 1.5 on one of our cards, and I'm going to cut up this one at, so it was 2.5. Let's do by 4. No, 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, so we've got 2.5 by 3.5, bunch of pieces. And then this piece, I'm going to do the same thing to it. I'm going to cut it at 2.5 and at 3.5. All right, so that's giving us a ton of pieces here to use for different alternative cards. I'm going to start with these two pieces on my first alternative. All right, and these ones, I actually think we are going to put it onto a strawberry slush card base. We are. Yeah, there we go. But we're going to use a piece of basic white as our backdrop for this. Okay, so there we go. And we're going to do those like that. We're going to have our big, beautiful strawberry that's going to get our sentiment stamped onto there. And I need my little flowers, but I'm going to clean them up because I'm not going to stamp them in green like we did before. I am actually going to go ahead and stamp them. Well, let's read those instructions again and see what the colors were. What was our other pink on there? Or was it just strawberry slush? It was just strawberry slush. Okay, so let's see what stamped off strawberry slush is going to look like. So for those of you who don't like watching the process of somebody figure something out, I will post the photos of my alternatives later so you can wait and see the finished product, or you can stick around and see how my brain works when I'm working with stuff I've never actually played with before. All right, so I don't like the stamped off strawberry slush. That doesn't work for me. So I think we're going to see what Bubble Bath's going to look like. Bubble Bath might be the winner. No, it's not. All right, Petal Pink it is, which I was kind of thinking because it's the strawberry slush. Oh, no, it's Pretty in Pink. Oh, maybe we'll have to try Pretty in Pink. Let's try Petal Pink first. No, that's way too. Oh, actually, the Petal Pink, though, with orange. Oh, maybe. All right, last chance. We're going to try Pretty in Pink. Let's see what we get there. Oh, Pretty in Pink for the win. Okay, so Pretty in Pink is the ink we're going to use to do a few little extras on here. So I've got that. I'm going to put those down. We're going to do some flowers in Pretty in Pink. I think actually I'll stamp them after I've got things glued, just so that I don't mess that up and stamp them in the wrong spot. And then we're going to have our strawberry here with our sentiment, and I think we will do our sentiment in garden green just because we have it. Might as well. And it'll pop on this strawberry. There we go. So thank you on our strawberry. And then I feel like we need a ribbon or something on here. So let's see about Pretty in Pink. Oh, strawberry slush. I wonder. Does anybody know, is Pretty in Pink ribbon still something that we have? I know it was on the last chance list, but I'm not sure if it's still available. Let's see. Pretty in Pink. Oops. Pretty in Pink. Oops. No. I have to spell things right, otherwise it doesn't like it. Pretty in Pink ribbon, is still on the last chance list. It is low inventory, but it is still there. So let's use it. I hate using things that you guys can't actually access. I actually really like that. And now I'm questioning the strawberry slush background. We might just go all Pretty in Pink for this. Okay, well, let's get started putting things on. So first things first, we're going to glue these two pieces down. So these are the pieces that were cut from our extra card background. I'm gluing them straight onto a piece of basic white that's been cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Oh, you know what? I grabbed my glue that's empty. Should just get rid of that so that I don't do that again. Okay. So let's see, just like that, and just like that. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to stamp some flowers on here in Pretty and Pink. Now we've got 2 sizes, so make sure you're using them both for a little bit of like just kind of changes it up. Yeah, there we go. There. So I'm going to do those flowers just like that. Not too much on there, just the 3 little flowers. I know it totally does. I don't want to cut the scallop off of that envelope when I use it, so we're definitely keeping the scallop. All right, so now that I got that stamped and those glued, I am going to come in here with my ribbon, and I'm going to tie a piece of Pretty in Pink ribbon around here. Snip that off, so I want to keep enough that I have something to tie with. So I'm going to tie a knot first. Always a knot first. Okay, now we can position this wherever we'd like it. Just like that. Okay, and then we want to make our bow. So I like to do bunny ears. Always bunny ears. There we go. Okay, and that's a nice size, and then we'll trim up those ends. Just like that. Okay. Now this piece can get attached to our card base, but again, I'm not sure I want it to be strawberry slush. I might just go grab a piece of Pretty in Pink and see what that looks like. Pretty in Pink, where did you go? Oh, right, your new color. So let's just see before I bother cutting this. You know what? I actually feel like it might wash it out. Like we might need the dark. Okay, we're going dark. All right. Oh, thank you. It's not done yet, but we're getting there, Carol. But I do love my alternatives. I really love playing with the extra bits that they give us. Although their cards are gorgeous. I really am impressed with Paper Pumpkin these days. I was like the creativity of making the alternatives. All right, so we got that. And then we're going to use dimensionals to put our strawberry on here. And let's see, we'll do 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. I'm going to keep the center kind of clear so that we can clear the ribbon. There we go. Just like that. And then, of course, we'll want to put a piece on the inside of our card. Now, this has no scallops on it, so I'm not going to go that extra step and dig out my scallops for this one. I guess I could have made my background a scalloped background. Ooh. So I'm just going to take this, pop that in here. And now I could have done this before, but oh well, probably should have done it before. I am going to pull a strawberry to the inside of our card with our stamps that we got with our paper pumpkin kit. So we got a little strawberry here and the little topper. All right, and we're going to, since we've got it, might as well use Pretty in Pink. We've got a nice pink strawberry here. So we'll just keep it simple, stick to Pretty in Pink and Garden Green for our ink. So you've got the one that came in your kit and the one that I added, which is the Pretty in Pink. All right, so we'll ink that up, and it stamps so nicely on the top of that strawberry. And now we have a cute little strawberry on the inside of our card. So it kind of ties it all together. So voila, there is our first alternative. And like I said, if you wanted to, we could pull in. Oh, where did they go? Oh, I know where they are. Maybe I don't. Oh. There we go. So we've got our strawberry slush, Pretty in Pink gems, and then we have these ones that are kind of clear with gold specks in them. So just for a little bit of bling on here, I'm actually going to use the Pretty in Pink ones as the centers of our flowers. So I'm going to use the small ones for the small flowers and the big ones for the big flower. There we go. And so that's just a little bit of sparkle, and you could use these gems on all of the original paper pumpkins as well. All right, so there is my first alternative. Oh, thanks so much for watching, Carol. I'm glad, and check out my blog, stampinwithleah.ca, tomorrow, because I'll have lots more alternatives posted, and yeah, it'll be a lot of fun over there. Okay, so I'm going to do one last alternative just because I kept these pieces that were a little bit longer, right? And the reason I kept them longer is because they'll actually fit. I didn't cut them down, so they're a full 5.5. They'll actually fit fully on your card front. And this is one of my favorite. It's the easiest go-to kind of card that you can do, which is to put that down, and then we're going to do a big circle over here with some images and words on it. So I believe we actually have, yep, we do. We have an extra scallop in our kit. If you don't have an extra scallop though, you can just go ahead and like grab any circle you've got and work with it. Oh, hi, Lisa from Northern Ontario, another Canadian. Welcome. So I'm just working on some alternative cards here after having created with my full kit already. So this is just a little extra strip of card base that we had. And we actually we can do this twice because we also have our plaid that we can do this with. And actually, I think I'm going to use the plaid for this alternative. So now, do we want it on white or do we want it on color? No, we want it on white. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create a border for it. So this was 1.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to create a border that is 5.5 by just a little bit more. And I am going to use that strawberry slush. So that was 1.5. So I'm going to do maybe 1 3/4 by 5.5. And I am using the strawberry slush just so that we've got, oh, I guess that was 1 3/4. All right, I'm going to trim this down so it's smaller. I want it to be 1.5. There we go. All right, so we've got that, and I'm using that strawberry slush there. So now we've just got like a little bit of a border on here. Oh, it's a little bit tall too. Interesting. All right, so we can go ahead and glue this down. So we're going to glue the two pieces together and then glue them down to our card front. And once I've got them all glued, that's when I will do my trimming. I'm not going to trim them ahead of time because that can become like a back and forth game of, and now it's too long and now it's too short. So I'm just going to glue these two together, glue these two to my card front. And when I glue them to my card front, I'm going to make sure that they line up fully on one end. I'm leaving a little bit of space right here on the edge. And now you can either use paper snips or your trimmer, and we're just going to trim off that little edge that we can see that's extra. Okay. So now that we've got our base started here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to get our sentiment on here. And actually, we do have this piece, but I think I'm going to wait and use it on a different card because you'll see that the Paper Pumpkin white and our thick basic white cardstock, they actually are a different color, and that it kind of bothers me. I don't know why, but it does. Really kind of bothers me. So I'm just going to take a quick peek on my desktop and see if I have any pre-cut circles. I got that. Oh, I've got that from something else. I do like to use up the stuff. Oh, what does that cover? No, that's not going to work. All right. So I don't have any pre-cut circles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, let's see, do I want the largest? Yeah, actually I do. I'm going to grab the largest of our stylish shaped circles and cut one of these out in white. So let me hop on over to my machine, grab a little scrap of white here. I'll run that through. Okay. So that was the largest stylish shaped circle that I did there. And what I'm going to do now is stamp my sentiment and some strawberries onto here because we have so many great stamps in here. So I'm going to grab the thank you. Now, I don't know that I want to add in too much more green on this one. So I think I'm going to clean this up and not use the garden green. I think we're going to go ahead and do this in strawberry slush. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to do the sentiment in strawberry slush and then our strawberries in pretty in pink. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to do a big thank you up there in strawberry slush. And then I'm going to grab the pretty in pink that I was using before. And let's see if I do one right there. You know what? I might actually not do my strawberries on my card. I might actually do them on a piece of scrap paper and cut them out because I think I want them kind of like hanging off of my circle. So what we're going to do is just grab a scrap of, oh, yikes. I think that was just a scrap. We're going to grab a scrap of paper here, our little strawberry, and I think I'm going to do 3 of them. Now, when I do them, I'm leaving space to be able to add the greenery at the top. There we go. So 3 little strawberries and 3 little strawberry tops. Okay, so even though I think we have some leftover strawberries in our kit, they are all red in the kit, and I actually don't want red strawberries on this card. So this works out fine, and this strawberry stamp image is probably one of the best I've ever used in terms of how clearly it cuts out or stamps out. Like it's so crisp and clear. And you could actually stamp this, like stamp your strawberry in red on a pink background, and then you'd get the little seeds inside and all pink. And you could do same with the green. You could stamp your stems separately, stamp them like garden green on a granny apple green background, and then the little lines inside would be granny apple. I suppose you could also just come through with a pen and color in those insides if you wanted the two-tone. I'm happy with the little white lines. So then we're just going to fussy cut these strawberries. They're not too fussy. The leaves are the worst part. Now, I always fussy cut with a tiny white border, but that's kind of a personal preference. You might want to cut right along the edge, and then it won't have a border at all. So yeah, we're going to do 3 of these, and then I think we'll use some of our strawberry slush gems to accent this. All right. So while I'm chatting with you guys, I completely forgot. I can't even believe I forgot. Today is the first day of kind of a surprise sale. Stampin' Up! Just announced it the other day to demos. We're having free shipping today, tomorrow, and Friday. Always kind of an exciting time. So it's on orders of $100 or more Canadian before your well, there's no shipping, so before your taxes, and before any coupons you might use or whatever. Yeah, I know my cart is it only had 1 or 2 things in it, but it's getting loaded up. So yeah, free shipping today. I can't even believe I forgot to start with that. So that's really always a bonus. I love free shipping days. So even if, like, you know, you've decided you're waiting on like new catalog product and stuff from our next mini because you really want Christmas stuff or whatever, there are a few Christmas things that came out in our online exclusives, but also this is when I stock up on like envelopes and glue, dimensionals, because I hate buying the basics, but you need to, so might as well do it when there's no shipping. Okay, so now that I've got these strawberries here, oh yeah, that is awesome. Woohoo. So I've got my little strawberries to put on here. Now I want to fill in more space, and this is where I'm going to grab that add-on die set. And you guys, if you don't have these yet, this is a great thing to add on today with free shipping. This is our Circle of Season dies. This coordinates with this month, next month, and September for Paper Pumpkin. So it's got the beautiful hello there. It's got a strawberry that you can actually use. Haha, oh my goodness. Are you serious? I just fussy cut those strawberries that I could have stamped and die cut. Oh my, see, I haven't used the dies yet. So you didn't have to fussy cut. You don't have to fussy cut. Don't be like me. Stamp those images and die cut them. Stamp your tops separately and die cut them, because that's what the die cuts are for. Oh my gosh. And if you don't have the big circle, go ahead and use a smaller circle. Oh, what? Well, now I know. But I've got this awesome little flower, you guys. So the other piece that I had here, I'm going to use it to die cut some flowers. So I guess I could have also done these strawberries in strawberry slush and then die cut pink flowers. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Next one. You'll probably see that in my blog post. Because now, everything's turning in my brain. Okay, so we're going to use this cute little flower die that's part of the Circle of Seasons. I can't believe I just fussy cut all that stuff when I could have die cut it. Oh, well. Apparently I like fussy cutting more than I thought. So these flowers I love. I haven't actually seen them in person. I've just seen samples of them. But they have all the, like the lines in them. So there's like lots of texture and detail to them. So I'm going to do 3 of those. I cannot believe that. In my head, I was thinking, oh, the strawberries cut out with all the texture. I don't want the texture. I want the stamped image. But of course, it's 2 pieces. You can die cut your stamped image, or you can die cut it with the textured piece. Duh. Okay, well, you guys can learn from my mistakes. You did the same thing yesterday. Oh my gosh. I just can't believe that. Like, so silly. Oh well. So here we go. Our 3rd flower. And then once we've added these, we'll just get everything glued together and our 2nd alternative will be done. So we've got this, got our circles. I'm going to put my thank you on here with dimensionals. Where did they go? There they are, under my dies. All right, so it's such a big circle. I'm going to do, oh no, I'm only going to do 3. I was going to do 4, but we'll just stick with 3. So thank you. And kind of like that. Beautiful. All right, now our strawberries. So I want those 2 like that. So I'm going to kind of tape them together with dimensionals. And then 1 up there, 1 up there. Okay, so those go on like that. My other little strawberry is going to go down below and kind of hang off the card. So I'm going to put my dimensional kind of off. There we go. And then we'll throw in our little flowers. And our flowers I'm going to put on with just a little dab of glue. You could also use a mini glue dot. So now I'm not putting the dab of glue right where that hole is, though. You know what? Actually, I'm going to use mini glue dots. All right. There. So the mini glue dots I will put right where that hole is. That's fine. But liquid glue I would never, because it'll squish through the hole. All right. So 1 little flower there. And where did my other flowers go? There we go. I think we'll put 1 right there. Actually, I think. Do I want it on this? No, I want it down below. There we go. And there's my 3rd flower. I'll put my 3rd flower up by my thank you. So right like that. There we go. And now these are going to get embellished with some strawberry slush gems. There we go. And that is my 2nd alternative created for you guys. So I've got 2 alternative cards here. Just pulling in the garden green from your kit and then pulling in some strawberry slush and pretty in pink ink to go with this, and then some strawberry slush cardstock and pretty in pink ribbon with the strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems. So it really all kind of pulls together with those colors. And I love that they're not your typical like red strawberry kind of cards. Just something a little bit softer, a little bit more sweet. So thank you so much for joining me today for this incredibly long paper pumpkin unboxing. I don't normally try to keep my videos a little bit shorter, but yeah, so that is it. I'm going to continue playing with this kit today. It's too hot to go upstairs. I'm going to stay hidden here in my craft room and play a lot more with this, and then I'll take pictures of all my alternatives and share them with you guys on my blog, stampinwithleah.ca. I also send those alternatives out in an email to my subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to my email, you can do that. To my newsletter, you can do that through my blog as well. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great time with this kit. Enjoy making your alternatives, and I will see you next Wednesday. Next Wednesday might be the first, no, it's not the first Monday of the month, so it'll just be another regular card class. I do card classes on the first Monday of every month, and I've been trying to do them more during the summer with some free time, so we'll see how this week goes, and if I can do that. But for sure I'll be live with some kind of crafting, and don't forget to take advantage of free shipping today. All right, see you everybody later. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching, Kim. Thanks, Carol and Lisa. See ya.